Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. We're gonna hop right into this. Okay, good. I was hoping for that. We're gonna save. Just in case. Dragon? What are we fighting? A big, I'm assuming big fucker. Like big, whoa. Big rock guy. Technically, although it looks a lot like the dude from the beginning of the game. Fire elemental.
What the hell is that thing? Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
That's a bit more.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose...
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cost...
Ifrit Malum.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
So it's gonna slam his hand down. We gotta
Here it
attack the
comes.
hand.
Focus! On your toes, everyone!
No. I mean, I can't just... No, I can't. Okay.
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask?
I can't even
Of course I'm
attack.
scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle?
Okay, it's like a... It's quite literally
Well,
like one of
keeping
the...
an
It's
eye
like the bird.
That's what the doctor ordered.
It's a giant fucking bird in the tower. It's
You
just like a
anything
gauntlet.
in armor is all mine.
I'll be saving healing. I owe you, Theo.
Camera
Healing is
won't
my
let me
art.
move. That's always fun.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
I can do this all day.
Here's evil. Sleep now, Lancer.
No further.
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Eagle assault!
My head's spinning just
Walk
watching.
it through! I'm on a roll now! Now you see what I can do!
I never miss.
Super swallow!
Jesus Christ, camera. Can you fucking chill?
There you go. Don't let up. Sleep now. Healing circle.
I'll
There with
smash
the
you!
I owed you one for that.
First strike!
Ignite!
Appreciate the help.
Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Pierce through!
Now we're not... Can't get out of this!
Amazing.
What a relief!
Almost! Too slow!
I'll take you all on.
Fucking please. I don't know why. Like, those bullet spongy guys in the game. They don't offense. It's not offensive. They just do.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I guess. No,
that'd be silly.
can handle this. This one's mine. Sleep now. Let's get you all tucked away.
I'm surrounded!
Now,
Meanwhile, light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Too slow!
Ready to go! By the power of flame!
Think you can fly?
Lightning orb! More where that came from! Purge malevolence!
You're off.
Whoa, that damage.
Lightning orb! Purge malevolence!
Ready?
Magic is
Denied.
Healing circle! Freeze
Appreciate the help.
Dance in the wind!
I'm on it! I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on us.
Yes, ma'am!
Magic is there!
I'm on it!
Okay, game. What the fuck was that?
Armor will save you!
Enemies immobilized!
Super slow! Yeah, in the groove!
Chain is ready! Here,
Eagle assault! Come and get! You're done! Almost! Too
do
slow!
it! Focus!
Hikara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Here, let me help.
Okay.
First aid! Just what I needed.
What is next?
Inspiration! Time for
Here come more.
We'll just have to keep fighting.
Leave the enemy's art to me.
Yeah, I didn't trust that one.
no
Don't mind if
complaints
I do.
here!
Here
I
goes!
owe you one for that.
I never miss. Light after now.
Immediately easier to do though.
Will this help?
Faster!
Look sharp.
I'll
Not
run you
on my
through!
watch.
Round and pound! I'm on it!
Healing circle.
Come and get it!
All right.
Take this!
Now, where was I?
We're good to go. Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah. You see
Shit,
what
shit.
Hear my call. Light
Okay, easier. I say it hyperbole. If the like, why can't the camera let me move? Fuck, that's probably my least favorite thing.
Whirling struggle.
Because it's just like I'm trying to fucking navigate the battlefield.
You're wide open!
I never miss.
Okay, Shion needs this.
A new
Eat this!
Ringwell. Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
On a roll now!
All thanks to you.
Healing circle. Here I come.
Now I'm in the groove!
Steering flame.
I can't even dodge out.
Phoenix Cyclone!
Illuminate the dark.
That's enough! What a...
Holy land sighted. It's
Bro, what the fuck is this?
Will this help?
Take this!
Sparkling stars.
There we
Hold
go.
on to your art. Here I come.
Coming to
I owe you one for that.
Jesus Christ, the camera in this fight sucks.
Healing circle.
Reinforcements incoming.
Not a problem.
Okay, well, it's the same thing as the
You
last one.
made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Not on my watch. Here goes.
Kill the dick has that cast spells, because the big guy isn't really an issue.
I never miss. Dance in the wind.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! You're all finished, you hear it? Now!
Nope. What is this? What is this?
Save you!
I'm sorry. The fact that they can just fucking fly? I'm sorry.
On it! That's enough!
Spread. Glacial spear. Pierce evil. Freeze lancer.
Come and get it! Super
I'll bring you back from death to
All
birth.
finished, you hear it now!
You picked the wrong fight!
Super
I'll
swallow
heal
dip!
you all.
I have to train.
Blazing flame!
Going in. Healing circle.
Almost! You're wide open! Off my phone!
Annihilation.
Almost! Too slow!
Air thruster.
Eat this!
I never miss.
Coming! Look sharp! Eat this! Faster!
Here, let me help.
Going in.
First
You're watch this!
Look sharp.
Damn it. Alright. You can't move the camera. Again, by the way. Like, I can't move it past here.
A wailing banshee of lightning. Healing circle.
Eat this! Now you see what I can do!
Appreciate the help.
Piss off!
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
Today!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Inspiration!
A whirling
Time for one more! Almost! Now I'm in the groove!
Lightning strike.
In here.
Take
Get
this!
on in there with the others. Lightning.
Can't do that way.
Eat this! Now you see what I can do!
It's showtime.
Thankful arrow!
Coming far enough.
No further!
Going in.
Explosion.
Hurricane eagle.
Is it in the sky? Come on. A chain between heaven and earth. Where are you going?
That's enough! Shattering pieces! Attack time!
Why make him this tanky? Come on.
Save you! Thankful arrow!
Let's get you all tucked away. A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of lightning. Freeze lancer.
Super swallow dance!
A whirling
Do it!
wind to
Jesus
I'll
Christ,
stop your
please.
movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Okay, what is next?
Do you require a hand?
It's about to strike.
Look sharp, everyone!
What was I thinking?
I'm sorry?
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Alphen!
Watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Yay, defeated it. That was all I had to do, was 3 waves. What the fuck? That was so weak. Shitting me.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good lord.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if
Yeah,
it
and
came out of the
Alphen
wedge,
took it out in
it
one
must have
hit.
played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light,
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way...
Makes me want to try and take on the bird again. Unrelenting blades. 50 resistance is pretty crazy. Incineration wave. Evasion distance. I gotta do some of this. Yeah. 40 isn't really anything to scoff at, so it's pretty good. Max AG is always pretty good. Probably should go with that. Get that. Should probably just give you moves. Mid-air jump. Give you that. Oh, well then I'll just get this 50 attack. Holy shit, that's pretty crazy. Certain during... I know exactly where that goes.
I need to be stronger.
There's only one locked location in this entire fucking biome. I know where it goes. I just want to know what's ahead. What's up ahead. Because on the other few episodes, when I was like looking around, just getting all like the owls and all the side stuff, mainly the fishing.
Hey, is that it over there?
Come on, why can I not fucking fast travel? Fuck this game sometimes, man.
You can never be too prepared.
Yeah.
But did we have to?
Okay, cutscene.
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but... I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
3 centuries later, and it's no worse for wear.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got...
Not only that,
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now.
Right?
How's it look?
It should fly. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will...
how much time are...
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte.
So we've just gotta sit around...
That's because you're a child.
Good idea. Who knows when we should prepare ourselves?
Let's try not to stay away too...
Either we
Okay.
race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets.
Works for me.
So is that the... if we go there, we're not coming back? That's what I'm... picking up.
It's funny.
What is?
All this. After all, this is the sort of thing I was...
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew.
And a...
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into...
No offense taken.
Remember, Our aim is to ensure that I don't think we'll be able to.
Is there no way we can...
The people of...
Sure. I mean, we found a way to... And it's not just us. If we...
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena... There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even...
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana.
Right. We're not going to sit
That's
back and
true.
wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis.
That's right. Shion? Huh?
Where? Shion? Where'd Shion go? How could she just go off on her own?
She. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get she in the ship. It's probably the most ideal spot to sleep.
Shion. Shion!
What
It's
the-
your Thorns? But why? You okay?
Good lord.
Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
What the fuck?
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
What the fuck?
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death.
Oh.
I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Congratulations.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the Thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the Thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way. Alvin?
Oops.
Only living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
Thank you, Hoodle.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys.
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
After we do a couple things. So I have a feeling Lenegis is just going to be like one big level. And then like credits or whatever. And then whatever post-game stuff there is. But
The end of the world.
I believe Shion.
As a friend, yes. I want to. Still, it's hard to
No, I understand.
We have so.
So where do...
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all.
that's me.
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Well, that's what we all...
Right. And from that, we're able to Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere...
So you think those thorns might be alive, but why would they want...
As for that, I really cannot say for certain.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figure...
Can you blame? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true, especially when that deception...
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we... As for what the final picture will look like...
Right.
Okay.
How you hold...
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, that?
Compared to what she... Still. Even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to...
Yeah.
I'm being... She really needed that. That's what
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all...
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any... I have my own dreams. But a world without her, where she dies...
Agreed.
Okay. Hey, Rennie.
Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. I just figured that was... But it turned out to be none of that.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could...
I'm sure it made her...
You...
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, you were a good friend to her before. And you'll be...
Yeah, when you think about it. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. No, I mean, I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support...
Rinwell.
Oh, well. Please just let me leave on my own volition.
Did you know?
You mean about...
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, it's like a completely different world was spinning around.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her.
You? But you're...
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for...
At least you figured...
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's...
I know.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say.
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're...
I guess he could...
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough. We'll need all. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point.
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry, as much as I try to look like I have things under control.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was... That's okay. It came so naturally to you. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just...
That was the
shattered
first
wall that
time?
built
I don't know
around
if
me.
I believe... I don't know about that.
Because until that moment, I thought of you as a way to use the blazing... But after that day, one time became two. And before I knew it, it didn't matter that we were then. Everyone else, I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also...
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been... Don't worry, it's okay. I've met too many people, so I'll fight. I don't know how we're going to do it.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. But I swear I'll...
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia?
Yeah.
Everyone well rested?
Alright, good. So, where we need to go, I think, is... there. So, Gates of Fire. So, okay, I need to go here. I want to do this now, and not on the last episode. Or not on the next episode.
Then let's go. We depart for Lenegus.
Yeah. We'll do that all due time. But, got a lot of shit I gotta do
What's
first.
on the other side of this door
Yes!
anyway?
This...
Why ask me when you can just open it and find out?
Into the grotto. Doesn't matter. Okay. I'm just gonna go in the door, and we're gonna find out what's behind here, and then we'll probably continue off on the next episode, because I'm curious.
This is...
A treasury. Okay. I was expecting like a dungeon or something.
But this...
Right.
Sausages? They're
Kisara.
wieners. Make food now!
Oh!
Despicable another reason.
Wow!
Wiener recipe. Fucking... Mwah, beautiful.
Nice one, Elfin.
Thanks. Gotta
Pork.
keep up with the competition.
Sheep meat.
Personally, I prefer bologna.
Mega.
We got
Witch.
some good equipment.
I can't say it's a...
Okay. Who got the witch dress? You did. Alright, okay.
appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Well, I'm glad I got that figured out. Right, I'm gonna go back here because there's one thing I want to take a look at, but that's gonna be on the next episode. Thank you all, everyone, and so much for watching. Until next time we meet, I hope you had a day. I hope you have a fucking day.
You finally made
Until we
it.
meet again, I hope you have a day. I fucked it up. Whatever. Bye-bye.